Hey guys, Michael here, and I'm back to talk bricks. Today we're talking the LEGO Movie 2, and breaking down all the Easter eggs, secrets, and hidden details you need to know from Trailer 3. For the weekly giveaway, simply comment and subscribe, and you could win a prize. Yesterday, Warner Brothers posted what they're calling the International trailer, and this one was again packed with fun hidden details. And with every new trailer comes another trailer breakdown from me, but this time I'm going to be trying to focus more on the new footage in the trailer, and I'll leave links in the description below if you want to watch my other breakdowns. Now let's get started. This trailer picks up right after the events of the original LEGO movie, with the Duplo invasion. But interestingly, the shots of the UFOs seem to be entirely different than the one that we got in the original movie. This time the spaceships have a more simplified look, and there are a ton of them. And as we see the Duplo aliens beaming down in those beams of light, it looks quite a bit different than the original scene from the movie, where the Duplo aliens beam down with an entirely different LEGO-based effect. But I do really like this shot because it's also our first confirmation of President Business in the LEGO Movie 2. And we also see Mrs. Scratch and Post, who we saw in the first trailer. The Duplo invaders surround them, and here we can see 3 invaders that we haven't seen before. Then straight out of the first movie, we get that great line where they're here to destroy them. And while at first glance this seems to be exactly like the scene from the first movie, they actually reanimated the entire scene. Emmett, as the current leader of the group, attempts to take a more diplomatic route with the new alien invaders, as he tries to prevent another battle. And in the background of that shot, you'll see a billboard for the TV show Where Are My Pants?, which you'll of course remember from the first movie. In the background of the Emmett shot, we can see that Lego Batman has the glowing eyes from the Lego Batman movie, which he didn't have during this sequence in the original film. We then see Emmett grabbing some stray pieces to put together a peace offering for the Duplo invaders, in the form of a heart, and we'll actually get this as an upcoming polybag. While at first the Duplo invaders seem in awe of this peace offering, we quickly see how diplomacy has failed as the Duplo invader just scarfs up that heart. And this is really the inciting incident of all the devastation on Taco Tuesday. We get this great shot of Emmett and Lucy fleeing the scene, and we'll get a couple more shots of this fight later. We then cut to immediately after General Mayhem has taken away all of Emmett's friends, as he screams out to Lucy and vows to save her. Determined to save his friends, we see Emmett take off in the rescue rocket, a redesigned version of his house. And just as we saw in other trailers, when he hits the asteroid field, he's definitely in over his head. We then get a slightly expanded sequence of when Rex Danger Vest sweeps in to save Emmett. And I personally really like the look of this shot, and I find that a lot of these space locations look really neat. Rex is definitely going to be a really fun character in the new movie, and this trailer definitely highlights a lot more of their initial interaction. And this trailer also gives us our best look at the interior of his starship. We cut to Emmett on the ship, who's very surprised to see a bunch of dinosaurs at all of the different computer screens, which seems like it'll provide a lot of comic relief, as we can see from this "I hate Mondays" quote. And interestingly, here on the screen we can see that the weather in space has a high of -270 and a low of -270. We then see Rex and Emmett walking through the ship, and on the ship's wall we see a 16+ logo, which could be a reference to the ages that are listed on all of the set boxes. And funny enough, the largest set in the line only has a 9+ age range. Rex and Emmett then step out into the large command bridge, which is super impressive, and it definitely reminds me of the sequence where Robin discovers the Batcave from the Lego Batman movie. In the background of the shot, we can see the front windows as well as all of the computers lined up in rows, which definitely reminds me of the helicarrier sequence from the original Avengers film. We then see this new shot of the Starship Landing, as Emmett explains that his friends have been captured and taken away. Emmett vows to get them back, but Rex definitely has his concerns. And at the very beginning of this shot, we see him squeeze this object and throw it in the trash. And I believe this is one of the soda cans like the ones we saw in the Rex's Explorer set. We then get a shot of the Starship flying over this unknown planet. And we then get this amazing shot of our heroes being brought into the throne room. And there are a bunch of characters floating on these panels, and we can make out some of them. First up, we've got the brick-built banana ice cream cone, as well as chocolate bar. But perhaps one of the most intriguing ones for me is the Fabuland character Catherine the Cat. This is definitely a lesser-known character and a really fun throwback. And finally, we have what I think might be one of the Duplo aliens, which adds a huge wrinkle to the overall story of their invasion. We then get the same sequence from the last trailer where our heroes meet Queen Whatever Wanabe, with her somewhat scary ability to change shapes. And while this unknown planet may be ruled by an alien queen, Emmett is clearly going to need Rex's help if he's going to save his friends. And in this newer sequence, we see Emmett also turn to Rex to teach him how to be tough, as Rex clearly is a tougher guy overall. And of course, all of this is being said as Rex is suiting up in his large armory, and we're going to be getting a few of those weapons in some of the sets. And as Rex agrees to help Emmett out, of course, Emmett just makes a fool of himself by playing with one of the dinosaurs, just like we saw in the last trailer. Also, like we saw in the last trailer, we get this quick snapshot of Lucy and Emmett reuniting. And building on another sequence from the last trailer, we see Emmett punching the ground in a superhero landing as he breaks apart the floor beneath him. And this is very interesting to me, because in the last trailer we got this shot where everything seems to be really perfect, but clearly there's something else going on beneath. Just like in the last trailer, once reunited, Lucy asks Emmett if he drew on a stubble dot pattern onto his face, which again is just such a funny joke. We then cut to this dancing sequence that we saw in the last trailer, and I did a full breakdown of the Easter eggs in this scene. But what I want you guys to pay attention to here is the fact that the three men are covered in glitter and somehow all getting along, which, as I discussed in the previous video, makes me think there may be some mind control going on. And after the same fight sequence we see between Lucy and Sweet Mayhem from the last trailer, we cut to this new sequence of an ice cream vendor shoving hot dogs in his ear. And this ice cream vendor is none other than Mike from the first film. And while we're not exactly sure what sound he's trying to drown out, it's also interesting that the cart here is the hot noodle dog cart that we saw in the Lego Ninjago movie. We then get another shot from the last trailer of Unikitty jumping out of the castle in the Unikingdom, with Puppy Corn up on that hill. But this time the shot is a bit extended, showing Unikitty jumping off and landing in this giant pile of pink glitter. And like I mentioned, it's my theory that this pink glitter helps keep everyone a bit distracted. Also from the last trailer, we get the shot of Batman trying to throw the Batarang at the Duplo invader and failing miserably, which is always funny. But new for the trailer this time, we get an unexplained sequence of Lucy and Emmett crawling on top of these large toaster ovens with all sorts of toast and waffles popping out. We then get a very quick shot of what seems to be Metalbeard and Benny fighting back in the events of Taco Tuesday. And we know this as Bricksburg has not yet been destroyed, and it's very cool seeing Metalbeard as a giant cannon. We then get this new sequence of Queen Whatever Wanabe dancing with some of her guards, and the one on the right looks like the one that we saw at the end of the last trailer. We then get a very quick shot of Batman all decked out in some disco-themed duds, and I really like the look of this outfit with the sparkles on the helmet and the fur cape. And that shot seems to take place in this exact location that we saw Metalbeard in the last trailer. And with the speakers and all the instruments, it's making me wonder if this is one of the sequences they promised would be musical in the new movie. We then get a brand new shot of Queen Whatever Wanabe with that maniacal look and laugh. But this could be a bit misleading, as it turns out she's just cracking up at the banana continuing to slip on its own peel. And this version of Banarnar looks a little different, as he's got a bow tie. This sequence is super funny in the film, and in the background here we can see General Mayhem on the screen, who might be reporting back after capturing our heroes. And the room that they were in features a very similar design language to this shot from the last trailer, so it seems to be in the interior of the castle. At the very end of the trailer, we see Superman and Wonder Woman taking off in their ship, trying to leave Green Lantern behind. And looking closer in the back, you'll notice that Lex Luthor is trapped there in the cage. And if Superman wants to bring Lex Luthor to justice and leave Green Lantern behind, it certainly begs the question, how do they all end up dancing and smiling together here? And now seeing Wonder Woman in one of the trailers, it also begs the question if this Duplo version of Wonder Woman is the same Wonder Woman. While we'll have to wait to find out to be sure, I'm thinking that this ship gets intercepted on its way home. So there you have it, guys. That was the international trailer broken down, and the story is definitely getting more filled out as we get more and more footage. I'm definitely interested to see more scenes from the Sistar star system, and I really want to find out what Queen Whatever Wanabe is really up to. And what's the deal with all the glitter? There's just so much going on in this trailer, and I can't wait to see more to find out. Check out the links in the video description if you want to watch the trailers or my other breakdowns, and be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you're as excited as me, and don't forget to subscribe, because there's always more LEGO Movie 2 news coming soon. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of the trailer? And which part was your favorite? And remember, for my weekly giveaways, simply comment and subscribe, and you could win a prize. You must be a subscriber to win, and definitely turn on notifications to find out when my next video is posted, because I'll be announcing the winners at the end of some of the videos. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks, and have a good one. Hey guys, Michael here. Click here to watch my breakdown of the Emmett's Holiday Party short, and don't forget to subscribe